Blue Wire Podcast Network announced the addition of five-time Pro Bowler, NFL legend Steve Smith Sr. His podcast, The 89 Show, co-hosted by Bleacher Report and The Athletic reporter James Palmer. Unfiltered football insight, great stories, and a veteran's perspective. You can continue to catch Steve on NFL Network. Good to talk to you again. Now, we booked you before the incident last night with Jalen Carter and Dak Prescott. So it's just a coincidence that I'm having you on.
Oh, I know that's a coincidence. We already had this plan. This is not super random. Can I tell you something, Dan? Though?
Yeah.
When he did that, I said, "Damn, I got to talk to Dan Patrick tomorrow."
So let's go back to the Super Bowl. What was that? 21 years ago.
Hey, yeah.
Go ahead. And you're playing the Patriots. You're with Carolina, and Tyrone Poole spits on you.
Yeah.
What brought about that?
I'm not sure. I'll be honest. I'm not sure what brings about any man to feel that it's okay to spit on another individual. But I've been thinking long and hard about which angle you would come at this with. I've been knowing you for years, and you don't beat around the bush. You go straight there, right? Point A to point B. And man, when I saw that, first, if you break it down, he's a damn good football player and is about to get paid, right? He is the difference maker. And we saw it immediately in his absence. But he got kicked out of the game before the game technically even got started, right? So I wasn't there. So I don't really know what I would do. And I'm glad, because I think it's pretty gross to spit on someone. And I'm not really sure what the context is. And let's say hypothetically, Dak said something super duper inappropriate. Man, in my list of reactions, which could be a short list or a long list, let's say 1,000 things I can respond to. One of them may be thumping someone in an Adam's apple, but spitting is not on my list of 1,000 of my natural reaction when someone says something to me that I dislike.
I thought Dak baited him. I keep using the word baiting because
I don't see. Here's the problem. Football games are a bait game from the jump. But I don't think Dak baited him into spitting on him.
Yeah, I think he did, because Dak spits in the direction of Jalen Carter. Now, that doesn't mean Jalen Carter should have done it right in front of the official. But I think Jalen Carter, you know how you get prior to a game, you're amped up.
No. I don't know how I get to spit in someone's direction.
No, you're just amped up. You're amped up, and then he thinks Dak is spitting in his direction. Now, this is a guy who's been triggered, when it comes to personal foul penalties. He leads the league in that. I mean, he can be baited.
And that's all. Yeah, that's all. That's great. But you also got to understand, too, he was in their huddle.
I know.
Right? So that's not baiting. That's actually, I'm the leader of this huddle. You don't need to be in here.
Where are his teammates, Steve?
They're exactly where you saw they were. His teammates.
They know that they should have grabbed. They know that he can be baited.
Okay, I mean that's what I wasn't there. Yeah. I think it's a disgusting act. But the unfortunate part is he's a heck of a football player, and everyone is going to start now writing articles of when he was late to Boy Scout camp, right? when he, they're going to find all these stories now, and unfortunately, he is going to be trolled, and people are going to be saying things. That's the one thing right? Just the empathy level of just being a human being of how our social media is today. That's all we're gonna hear. Some idiot's gonna walk up to him one day and go, "Oh, don't spit on me." Like they're gonna be saying things, and I feel bad for him because he's a young player who's in a very who's on a very successful team. They're gonna be well covered, and he now is gonna be the butt end of people's jokes for maybe 6 months, but for that individual that it's about, it's gonna feel like eternity.
Does the NFL discipline him further? Would you?
Again, Dan, I'm gonna be honest, man. It's so nasty. I don't want to touch it, bro. Like I got 4 kids. I wiped all their butts. Right. This is the blow up diaper. Like it's rock paper scissors. Who deals with it? Right. And the blow up is like when they have pants on.
Yeah.
And it goes.
Oh, I
up
know.
the back,
Oh, yeah. I
down the legs.
I got 4 kids too.
Look.
rock,
So
rock, paper, scissors.
I don't want to. I'm just saying I don't want to deal with it. It's disgusting.
Okay.
So I feel bad for the kid.
He's Steve Smith Sr., NFL Network analyst, played 16 years in the NFL. Did you ever run into Tyrone Poole?
No, I haven't run into him yet. Even if I did, I wouldn't say anything now. It's done and over with. And
now, you know what you told me after the Super Bowl?
Absolutely. I know exactly what I told you, and that's also a place of, maturity, if people want to believe it, where, man, I don't have time at 46 years old to be sitting here tallying up all the people who have pissed me off, bro. That's a long day.
Come on, let's run through all the guys you're mad at.
Sometimes you've pissed me off, Dan, if we're gonna start, right? So
good.
But I mean, it is what it is, bro. But at the end of the day, I'm a lot of things, but spitting on people, no, sir. You don't have to worry about that.
You told me you were going to set aside $50,000.
Yeah.
For the fine if you hit Tyrone Poole.
I mean, I would sit aside every year. I would sit aside a certain amount of money for my fines because I knew I was going to get them. It's called financial literacy. You gotta, it's 3 things how you divide your money up. You got to treat yourself. You got to save, and then you have to invest in yourself. So,
the CeeDee Lamb first half, CeeDee Lamb second half.
Yeah, man, that was tough for CeeDee. I've been one of those receivers, or I've been one of those football players in the game. And you feel like nothing you can't get out of your own way. Nothing you can do can make it better. It's only worse. But I give him credit. He didn't quit on his routes. His routes weren't sloppy. He was running some of these outstanding routes that he does. He just didn't finish. I would expect that we will see an improved CeeDee Lamb moving forward, but I mean, he's still a heck of a football player, and it just sucks because if he makes those catches, I think we're talking about this game and the Cowboys possibly winning.
But how does that happen does a drop lead to another drop? Does it
it does, but it also goes to what's your reset? How do you reset your mind? What is your routine to get out of that? We all are going to experience those moments in the game where, it's like, man, I can't get out of my own way. I just can't, I can't get right. And that happens. And I mean, I remember, playing in Carolina, and we had a game one time. I'm sitting on the sideline, Marcus Colston. He dropped a few passes, and I was like, man, he's done. He's done. Because when you drop some key passes and they're still going to you and you're dropping them, that's worse. Because usually when you drop a few and they stop going to you, then now psychologically you can be pissed off that the coaching staff shut me down or they didn't give me my opportunities. But in this one, nah, they kept feeding him. They kept giving him opportunities. Unfortunately, he couldn't make the catch. So I personally think, my humble opinion, that it was worse for him psychologically, and I think he's gonna work on his craft so that that doesn't happen again this year.
Who's your Super Bowl pick?
I actually don't do Super Bowl picks. I don't.
Who will be
I
the best team in the AFC?
I'm excited to see how this Baltimore and Bills game goes because it goes down to the wire. And these two teams, and we could throw a third and fourth in there, but Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, um, man, they're neck and neck as the guys who can really, and Joe Burrow, who can challenge Patrick Mahomes with whomever Patrick Mahomes has at receiver and tight end. He's going to make them better.
Who's the best team in the NFC?
I would say until they're dethroned, I believe the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay.
Even though they stumbled into the game, some people saying offensively they struggled. Yeah, they did. And they're no different than all these other teams that are going to struggle because this is sloppy September. They haven't done anything in August. All they've done is run around in underwear and jocks. And, training camps aren't what they used to be. That's why you're having a lot of soft tissue injuries. You're seeing guys blow hamstrings because now you're running full speed versus tempo speed in practice. You're now running against an opponent who's running full speed as well. And the competition, the adrenaline. And so you're gonna have a sloppy September. It's gonna be an awkward October. And then all of a sudden they'll get it right in November, and then you'll start to see teams start to cruise and establish themselves. The Philadelphia Eagles last year started off rocky, right? There was they need this, but the difference I think this year that really is a good thing. AJ Brown didn't get going. Slim Reaper, Devontae Smith, he didn't get going. Right? They had some guys that were backups who are not the starters got going. Dallas Goddard, he hasn't got going. Saquon Barkley, even Shipley coming in as sparing him, he got going. They got the running game going. So they haven't gotten the pass game tightened up completely. It's not firing on all cylinders. And look, I think that's great. If you're not firing on all cylinders week one, that's not a problem when you have the type of players that the Philadelphia Eagles have. But when you're firing on all cylinders and you have these type of players and they're not producing, that's when it's problematic. I think we are sometimes complaining about how a team wins because we're expecting a blowout instead of appreciating the dub.
Yeah, they started out 2-2 last season. Is there a hit that you took that still hurts?
That's a great question. No, I don't think so.
Psychologically, is there one that you've thought
No,
about?
no, I'm done football. I on my podcast in '89 with James Palmer, we talk about, things that I experienced, but that I don't miss football at all.
But is there a
I'm a,
hardest hit you took?
no, I mean, I have so unplugged as far as my career that there are sometimes I will see something I go, oh yeah, that did happen because I'm just so past it and looking at it as I'm a paper pusher, man. I'm a stat junkie. That I'm a film watcher. I'm trying not to put myself in their shoes because I'm not there anymore. That time has passed, and frankly, I don't want that time anymore.
Good to talk to you again. You still mad at me?
No, no, we were just going down a list of people. I'm not still mad at you. If I was still mad at you, I wouldn't have come on your show. I don't have a problem with you. You do a great job. It was more or less me being in my feelings and being sensitive and not necessarily wanting to deal with criticism. But hey, we all grow.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you. You look good, man.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm ready to go.
Go for where?
Wherever you want me to go.
Oh, Okay.
Special teams, you want to go route, kind of a comeback route. I'm
Yeah,
I'm kind of like Ricky Prohl.
no, you're not.
Yeah, I am. Yeah,
No, I know Ricky. Ricky was
yeah.
what we would say about Ricky though, unlike you, Ricky was raised by some black guys. You know. We'll end on that.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Steve Smith, Sr., NFL Network analyst.